Barefoot Bruisers. What's up, y'all? So I got the Vandermeul and Wrath, and believe it or not, even since the collection video, yep, we got some new additions. So the Burt custom that I had a while back is now back again in the collection. I think since then, let's see, I think I got 3 or 4 new, some out, some in, since that collection video. That was less than a week ago. So yeah, it's madness around here. I know it is. It always is. I guess first thing, let's say off the rip, because I know Steve asked about stuff. He's like about calling me still Sawtooth Dave. I don't give a shit if y'all call me Sawtooth Dave. I think the main reason I had needed to change the channel name was as I'm going from just a collection standpoint to possibly building. I got to kind of think of like changing the brand and kind of, or changing to the brand and kind of making it more flow into the, if I ever do anything professionally, right? So like I think back in the day, if you watch knife videos as long as I am, Tough Thumbs, and then Tough Thumbs is now Jeff Laval or whatever his last name is. And hardly anybody that I know, I mean, I think everybody now kind of has adapted, but the Tough Thumbs thing back then was way more synonymous, right, about who it was. Probably the dude on YouTube at the time for knife videos. I mean, Nothing Fancy's always been the dude, but I don't know about y'all. I get Nothing Fancy syndrome now where I start watching one of his videos. I've heard him speak so many times. I've seen so many of his videos and my eyes immediately get heavy and I start falling off. And Pletha told me he almost fell asleep to my video. So, you know, hey, appreciate you making it through it, bro. But I totally get it at the same time, man. Like, if y'all listen to me ramble every week, you probably get bored and 45-minute video of me just showing my shit. Yeah. But the ones that did watch, I appreciate it. And actually, the video did pretty good. I actually got some trolls too. So believe it or not, I made it. I got some trolls for the video. Some dude told me something about my collection was weird and nothing I had was practical or something like that. I'm like, dude, do you even know whose video you clicked on? Like, practical. What the hell does practical mean? Hell if I know. But yeah, I don't care if y'all call me Sawtooth Dave, Sawtooth, whatever. I don't give a shit. I might even go buy it myself. I still haven't changed my Instagram. My at the bottom of this is still at Sawtooth Dave. So I don't care. I don't think the name's going away. Like, I'm pretty much known by it at this point. I just wanted to also be associated with Barefoot Bruisers, which is, you know, if I'm doing my own thing, I'm only building bruisers. I've already kind of decided that I'm not going to build for the masses. I'm just going to build for what appeals to me. And hopefully it's like doing videos. If you do videos for yourself and basically, you know, not necessarily for yourself, but like, you're not into it for alternative reasons. Like, I'm not trying to build a business out of YouTube. I'm not trying to, you know, gain anything other than sharing my stuff with you guys. Like, if it moves into the business part of that, like if I start doing this as a business, obviously that'll shift and it'll be different. But like right now it's fun. And I think if it comes off as fun, it'll come to you guys as fun. It's kind of the same thing when I build the knives. I think if I'm building a knife for me that I like, I think you guys will like it. Now, I ain't going to say I won't do something like, well, let's take my buddy Plethora, because we just talked about him a second ago. By the way, Tomas, this is yours now, but it was Plethora's. So, hey, Plethora, we took care of that purple for you. But anyway, Plethora likes big old flipper tabs and everything, and he likes bright colors. Like I just alluded to, this thing was purple a day ago, and now it ain't no more. You know, if I want something like that, like I need a big flipper on my, yeah, that's something. But, you know, if I want a small little EDC knife, it's probably not ever be me. Like, taste change, things change. So I can't 100% sit here and say it, but I'm thinking I'm not going to go down that road at all. There's so many people already doing that. Then why do we need one more? Especially for somebody who ain't into that style. It just doesn't make sense to me. All right, that out of the way. Hopefully y'all are cool with that. Got a few to show you, and then we're kind of going to have a little bit of somewhat of a topic, I guess, conversation to show you a few. Let's do this. This one's for Miss Denise. And this is one of them little Vostides. I don't even know what the thing's called, but reground. And then if she wanted all the black, kind of tumbled, but I did kind of more of a wear tumble on it. Hopefully you can see that it's like not patterned evenly. It's kind of like got the wear marks. And basically the tumbler machine that I got basically puts the parts as it vibrates. It gets kind of settles to the bottom and just kind of sits there. It doesn't flop over. You know, it doesn't constantly revolve over. You got to physically turn them over. And they sat on one side longer than the other. So it kind of gives it a cool worn look and a stonewash look at the same time. But I don't know what these little guys are called, but the ones that they got the compression locks with the button that goes through the opposite side scale. And I like them for what they are as far as like, they're little, but you can still get your big hands on them too. I don't have any really complaints about the knife other than when the thing sticks out so far. I know they make it so it's easier for you to hit, but it sticks out so far. Like learning how to deploy it. You probably see it on the backside. Like my thumb's on that button when it comes out, so I got to kind of reposition myself. Pretty cool little knife. I don't have a whole lot of experience with the brand or anything, but I think I did one more of these for somebody else. I can't think of who it was. Maybe it's JD or something. I don't remember. But I did one for somebody else. Speaking of which, there's Dan K. You sent me a liner lock. I have no idea what you want. I don't even remember having a conversation about it, but message me on Instagram or Facebook so we can get it straightened out, figure out what you want. These are, I ask questions because I don't know, and you guys are more up on the whole Strider thing and anything. These are both Allison's knives, but this SMF got a little damage from somebody taking it apart. I have not taken it apart myself yet. Hopefully y'all can see that, the damage on that aluminum. Do y'all know, does Strider fix stuff like this? Or is this just like you're out on your own, fix it yourself? Because she sent it to me to kind of make it look better. Only thing I can think is you can probably get it like, Cerakoted or something like that. It's, fix the mar and then get it Cerakoted. But the hardware is still a little marred. I can probably get it coated as well. But obviously it's going to look different. And I know I had a Strider a while back that someone changed the pivot on. And it got devalued pretty good bit because of that pivot was changed on it. So what do you guys suggest? Should I go aftermarket? Should I coat what's there? Or should I have her send it back to Strider? Or does Strider even do that stuff? So you guys are up more on the Strider brand. Let me know what you think. The other one, which this one's interesting to me because while I like it way better than the ones that I had, I hate it because of who made it, which is kind of sad, but it's tainted that way. It really is. But this is an Alpha Hunter. I can't even remember the name of this one, but this is the actual custom. What the hell is the name of this? Cole, if you happen to see this, let me know. You had that thing too. God, what was the name of that? Apocalypse. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I'm not sure if this is bronze. I don't know what side, but it's back spacer and a pocket clip. And look how hideous that pocket clip is. Oh, it's so bad. It's just all squared off with a little ball at the end of it. It's just not a good pocket clip at all. But this is a custom. This is nothing like the one that I had. The one that I had, actually I've had two, maybe three. I think I've had either 2 or 3 of those Apocalypse. And they were all different, but I would imagine that this got built for them to send to China. Now that we know, that the other ones are made by or in China. I guess I shouldn't say we know they're made in China anyhow. But this one's so much cooler. It's so much thicker, beefier. The blade needs a serious rig grind because it's probably an 1/8 inch behind the edge. It's super thick. It's ridiculous thick. We'll take care of that. And I got to figure out something. So, as you see the patina on it. So I was thinking, I don't know, like maybe just try to straight polish on top of this to see what it turns out looking like. And then maybe just got to keep up with some Brasso or something. I don't know. Y'all got any suggestions, let me know about this one. But this one basically came in because it's got this detent lash. Hopefully y'all see that. But it's got that stupid Hoback rolling detent, which I freaking can't stand that. It's like the worst detents ever. Like, I don't know. Maybe I've just never had one that was good. Like, both my heaters had those rolling detents in it. And that's not a fan. I'm just not a fan of that particular detent at all. I know when they work, but like, I don't know. I've never got the feel out of one that I liked out of a regular detent better. Like, I just never done it for me personally. But we'll doctor this one up. Problem with Allison's in Canada, so no matter what I do to her knife, I can't send the knife back full because I got to take it apart and send it back to her in pieces and let her put it back together, which kind of sucks because working on someone's knife like that, you want to like kind of present them to them and like, this is cool, right? Check it out of the box, and like, I basically got to send it to her in 2 or 3 pieces, 2 or 3 packages because of their customs, which is dumb as hell to me, but it is what it is. All right, so I told y'all we've been doing. I've had some stuff come in and out. And I showed you last week that Denise loaned in this little mini Draco, which I know Paul's all about the little mini chodes. Hopefully y'all can see it. It's got the bling bling clip and the bling bling pivot. That's kind of a signature series, I think, or signature kind of Dalibor's work. But man, not only have this one, and I think y'all have seen this in this unnamed model. So these are 2 of the. To have 2 Dalibors at one time is like, it's super rare. Like, I hardly ever see YouTube videos with 2 of them. But now she sent this one in, and lo and behold, she actually gave me a good deal on it, and I snatched it up. So yeah, I didn't need to be buying more. I need to sell more, and we'll get into that in a second here. But Draco and mini Draco. So Draco's a smaller size. I'm gonna show you these two first, and then we'll flip it around. Yes, it was bougie clip and bougie pivot thing like the other ones was, but I cannot stand that, so I went and blasted it. You can kind of sort of still see a little bit of that pattern in that clip still. Let's show it next to the unnamed model. That is exactly what he calls it too, so I'm not making this shit up. It's the unnamed model. So you can see this is also in 3V too. I believe this is a 2015. I believe this is 2016. So like both earlier work for him. And you can see just a little bit evolve, how he evolved. But both of these are free spinning pivots. Luckily, I was able to break this one free. At first, I wasn't sure of the Draco. The unnamed model, I showed you on the other side last week, but it's got a hole. I basically had to drill a hole in it, put a pin in it to keep it from spinning, but now that that's done, out of the way. I almost had to do that to the Draco. I was kind of worried about it, but so you can see, let's see if I can hold them evenly here. The Draco is a bit smaller as far as like overall position, but if you look at the way the choil is, going back to this back part of the grip on the unnamed model, you can see if you wrap your finger around this part of the frame, it's actually just about the same amount of handle width, which actually makes it really cool. And actually both of these are 3V, which, you know, I'm all about that 3V. So it's really cool to get an older, this one has some serious lock stick, and I had to take it apart and clean it a little bit, but and obviously blast some of that stuff, but it's still got sticks. So I'm assuming that someone else had done the acid stone washing this, basically, because if you look at that where that lockup is on the backside, you see it's just now becoming shiny. It should be super shiny. Like, you know, you always see that wear mark on the back where your lock bar engages, especially on acid etch blades. Let's see if I can, this is a brand new knife, right? I've only had this for a week, something like that. And let's see if it's got something on it, but I bet it probably does. I'm not seeing anything, but usually you get a wear mark kicking in right away. Like you can see exactly, maybe without my sunglasses I can see, but, or my actual reading glasses. But super rare to have three of these little guys at the same time. And I don't know when this one was built, but like you can see his style is very, even from the early days, he has a very particular style of machining and the way he likes his knives. I mean, I just really dig all three of these, and to have three of them at once, man, it's such a rarity, dude. You know, like I should take a top down. Maybe I will take a top down. But man, just thank you again, Denise, for hooking me up with this Draco. But yeah, I like the finish on this one. So this kind of sort of replaced when I did that initial sell off for the Helene guys, the victims. I sold my what is that thing called? The Saurus, the Damgen Saurus to Evan. And this is very much similar to that. So you can see it's got the nice orange peel finish that a lot of these Croatian makers do. It's kind of like an older style, you know, back in the 2010, 2011, 2012. It's super popular finish back then. I love this finish. I'm still archaic as hell. You know, like the barefoot bruisers kind of thing. Like everybody's like, you know, I did kind of explain that I'm always barefooted. Yes, I am barefooted right now. Believe it or not, it's like, I don't know, high 40s, low 50s out. So got the flannel on, but I still got to be barefooted. But I envisioned this logo kind of like caveman coming out of a cave, like throwing away his club and having a big, huge knife in the right hand. Like, you know what I mean? Like caveman customs kind of stuff, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, that's kind of what I envision in my mind. Like, I need to make a little logo. I'm trying to get Hot Rod to work on it. She's got pretty good art skills. But y'all got art skills. You want to work on a logo or, you know, picture, whatever you want to call it, sticker, however it works out, let me know. I think the discussion for this week, because I've had this conversation with several people, is going to be customs versus customized, right? So just from what I just showed you right now, let's just go with this little Vosteed. So this is not a custom, right? This is customized because, you know, you have to get a custom hand ground hollow grind to make it look like that, right? Like no one's just doing it. And there's going to be minor flaws with all regrinds because that's the nature of the beast unless you're doing it on a machine. You know, even the best people will probably make minor mistakes. It's so minor that most people don't pick up on it, but it's, you know, they're there no matter what you do. So, you know, it doesn't matter if you buy, you know, let's just say, because I know that a ton of people buy like Spyderco's and customize it. Like the PM2 is probably like one of the most customized, or was one of the most customized folders out there. You know, you can buy custom scales, but really it's just aftermarket scales, right? To make customize your knife. It doesn't make it a custom in my eyes. Like everybody's different, but this is how I see it. But if you design a knife and it's a one-off or very few of like model. Like this particular one is so much different. Like I was explaining to you a minute ago, this is 100% custom to me versus customized. Like the ones that came after that were strictly models or interpretations of the original. And after seeing this one, like if Alpha Hunter would have just got all of them made like this, they would have been like one of the highly sought after things forever. Like as it is now, like I know they're kind of sort of, if you're a follow Alpha Hunter, they're kind of sort of sought after, but like they're not as much because Hoback kind of tainted that with the made in America, not made in America kind of thing. And Chad kind of got caught up in that too. So I don't know. But to me, like kind of sort of expanding upon what I said a minute ago, once someone takes a custom and turns it into a production model, for me personally, I have zero interest in it, or a hell of a lot less interest in it. Like, I don't know why, but like, it just kind of always works that way for me. Like the one thing cool about the customs is they're one-offs. Like the Skyke, like he only made one with the combination of everything that was on this. Obviously it's been changed. It's not original anymore, but as it was originally, he only made one exactly like this. Every run he did, he made sure that, you know, if he's going to do all black one, it's going to be the only all black one for that run, period, done. No more just like this. And he changes something. Well, it could be something trivial like this one's bronze and black, that one's blue and black, whatever. But like he changed something on every single one of them to make them customized. And like that's just a little extra touch to me, even on a small. His was more of, you know, that's kind of, you know, it's produced, you know, CNC wise. You could tell it's done CNC wise, but it's also customized. And it's custom enough, like a small batch, I guess it's kind of where it gets iffy, you know, like the Oz machine kind of thing. Is that custom or is that high end production kind of thing? Like I look at that more like high end production because they use it as like batches of 5s. They're all the same kind of thing. Like there's not really, you're not calling him and telling him exactly what you want and that sort of thing, but it don't always work that way either. So like this Vanderbilt one, like I got this fuller specifically for me. Like I haven't seen any other rasp with that fuller, and I don't know, he's not made a ton of them, but will he or won't he like incorporate that on his models in the future? I'm guessing he's probably going to go back to mostly all flipper unless someone requests a fuller, or unless he just decides he wants to do a fuller. Like, but that particular one is custom, you know, like you can get what you want kind of sort of with, you know, varying degrees of getting what you want. But like to me personally, like, you know, you think of so many other different knives. I just watched a video from Juju or Carter, whatever his name is now, where he was talking about the S&G ProTech or whatever else. And, you know, they did that same thing with Buck a while back. It was a kind of like a, not really the true S&G or SMF size, but like, you know, style. But that one particularly doesn't bother me because it's not like mass produced kind of thing, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of, I'm kind of contradicting myself right now. For some reason those two don't bother me as much as, because they're different enough to not be just like the originals. But let's say like Merkin, what's that one he got? I used to love the custom version of well, I'm just showing you this Dalibor. I can't remember what Merkin's last name or first name is, but if y'all know who he is, custom builder from Florida, I believe, and he's got a certain model that it started getting produced. I don't even know who's producing it, but it's definitely a Chinese OEM. And like for me personally, I really, really, really wanted that custom until it got produced by China. And now I don't care. I could care less. I honestly do not care about it at all. Now, is it a weird thing for me? I'm asking you guys, like if you're into customs, do you like the production versions of the customs? They're more affordable for every man. I give you that much. Some of them can be customized. Some of them they can even do like kind of mid-techy, even customize it. But to me, once it gets mass produced, I just don't care anymore. Like I'm into the rare and custom stuff. Hence the name change as well. You know, like much as I love the Sawtooths, they're not producing them anymore. But like, you know, how many other thousands of people have these Sawtooths? I don't know. They're not really becoming for sale. I don't really want to sell them on, but you know, at the same time, like, do I value the Sawtooth like higher in the collection than I used to? No, I'm still, the customs are still my go-tos. Like if I had to go all the way down to one knife, it's going to be a custom. Like, I'm just not gonna lie. It's just going to have to be a custom. That Grayman was the last time I picked, you know, when I went and basically trimmed the collection, I don't know, 8 years ago or something like that, and cut down to almost nothing. That's pretty much what I did, was went down to the Grayman and a few others. So anyway, I'm just throwing that out there. Just see what y'all say, what y'all think. I think because I did the video, last Sunday plus one Monday, let's call it 20 minutes. Let's call it done for this week. I will say this about the collection video. If you saw something on that you want, hit me up because I do need to sell some. I'm not really looking for trades unless you got another custom that intrigues me. But like if you're, watching this, you're probably not as crazy as I am with the amount of customs that I have and dumb, overbuilt, non-practical, whatever else custom or troll words that were thrown at me. Yeah, none of that's me. So if that happens to be you too, then then hey, we can definitely talk trades. But for the most part, I'm looking to try to move a few. I wasn't planning on buying the Draco, so it was kind of more money that I didn't need to spend. I need to fix this CNC and get it running for multiple reasons, but we'll go into that later. All right, y'all be cool. Y'all have a great New Year's, because I probably won't see y'all. I'm definitely not going to see y'all till after New Year's. So y'all have a good, safe New Year's too. All right, later, y'all.